Ham-a-lamb!
What's up, Rye?
So many things. Disney is really old, Supervolcanoes, and there's a new kind of pizza?
We should probably start the show. Before you eat said pizza.
Correct.
I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm hungry, but I'm also Ryan Willard. It's Tuesday, November 7th.
This is 10 Things You Need to Know.
Processing.
The word of the week is indigenous. It means originating from a certain place, and November is Native American Heritage Month. It's a time to raise awareness about indigenous history, present-day happenings, and celebrate the contributions of Native Americans to society. The recognition of this month is the result of efforts spanning several centuries to acknowledge the significant contributions of indigenous peoples. Check out our episode on indigenous musicians to watch. The link is in the show notes.
Today is Election Day. Election Day is observed every year on the first Tuesday after the first Monday, and that's today. Election Day is a day for grown-ups 18 years or older to cast ballots and select public officials from local to national government. There are several different types of elections, like the presidential elections held every 4 years. The next one is in 2024. Elections to the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, which are held every 2 years, and other state and local government elections that are designated state by state and can be held any year.
Next up, we have some fun news about our feline friends. Cats can display 276 different facial expressions. This discovery comes from a recent study published by Behavioral Processes after 2 U.S. scientists indicated that cat communication is more complex than we think. The study filmed 53 cats at a cat cafe and analyzed their interactions, finding that 45.7% of the expressions were friendly, while 37% were aggressive. The scientists hope to find out what more of these expressions mean in a future study.
Mamma mia! Did you hear the news from Nintendo? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch is getting a super cool update this Thursday, November 9th, with new tracks and characters.
Yahoo!
This is the last in the DLC series, and you'll be able to race through a total of 96 different courses, including 8 classic courses like the sunny seaside of Daisy Circuit and Rainbow Road. Plus, characters like Diddy Kong and Funky Kong are joining the race along with Pauline and Peachette. And next week, I'm going to tell you some of the awesome other games I've been playing.
And before the break, we have an update on the war in Israel. President Joe Biden has called for a humanitarian pause on the conflict between Israel and Hamas to allow a safe exit for prisoners. Evacuations have begun in Gaza as the border to cross into Egypt reopened, allowing the delivery of humanitarian aid and for U.S. citizens and foreign nationals to begin their trip back to the United States. The White House also announced a national strategy to ensure that every American has the freedom to live their lives in safety and in peace. Time for a quick break for the grown-ups, and then we'll be back with some Disney news, a Texas win, and a super volcano.
Processing.
Disney's 100th anniversary was in October, and the celebration continues with a new animated film called Wish. The musical comedy will hit theaters on November 22nd and features stars like Ariana DeBose and Chris Pine and honors Disney's long history of animated classics while also looking forward to the future of storytelling. Wish tells the story of Asha, a smart and idealistic girl whose powerful wish is answered by a cosmic force, leading her on an adventure to save her community. The film is a tribute to the magic of Disney animation and the belief in the power of wishing upon a star.
So I look up at the stars to guide me. I wish.
A new Disney movie is pretty hard to beat, but the Texas Rangers just might do it. Last week, the Texas Rangers made history by winning their first ever World Series title, beating the Arizona Diamondbacks with a score of 5-0 in Game 5. The game was a nail-biter, and no score until the 7th inning, when the Rangers' Corey Seager and Mitch Garver turned the game around. Marcus Semien also hit a huge home run, helping to seal the victory.
Meanwhile, scientists are keeping a close eye on two supervolcanoes that have been a bit restless and are a world apart. The Campi Flegrei volcano near Naples, Italy, has been lifting up the ground a little over the past 20 years. But there's no big eruption expected right now. And over in California, the Long Valley caldera has a solid rock lid on its magma chamber, which makes a huge eruption unlikely. Even though these volcanoes are stirring a bit, scientists say there's no need to worry about them right now. They're even using technology to listen to the volcanoes and help them understand what they might do next.
Cool!
Nature sure is cool, but it can be pretty unpredictable. Just like that deer that charged through a Noodles & Company last week. In Beloit, Wisconsin, lunchtime at a Noodles & Company restaurant turned into quite the adventure when a deer suddenly made its way into the dining area. Customers jumped out of their seats to safety before the deer found its way out through the back door, opened by a quick-thinking employee. And luckily, no one was hurt. After the excitement, the restaurant even made a joke out of it by offering a $2 mac and cheese special the next day.
Awesome!
And for our last but certainly not least headline of the week, we're gearing up for Thanksgiving. Now, we've all heard of pumpkin pie, and it's pretty much a fan favorite around the holiday. But there's a new pie in town this year. A Thanksgiving pizza.
Mamma mia!
That's right, DiGiorno is mixing up traditions by introducing a special pizza that is topped with turkey, gravy, sweet potatoes, green beans, cranberries, and a mix of mozzarella and cheddar cheeses, all on a Detroit-style crust. It's available for a limited time this November, and pizza lovers can order it online for $11.23 on Wednesdays until November 22nd. That was 10 things you need to know.
Check out Thursday's episode where we'll talk about
baseball. I love new pizza, and I love baseball. I'm Ryan Willard.
And I'm Pamela Kirkland. Thanks for listening to the 10 News.
Data transfer complete.